Welcome, guys. Oh, I thought I almost spilled some of my coffee. Uh, we are after Labor Day, first day out of Labor Day. And I actually had a few people say, "Hey, when is that new fancy serial number report gonna come out?" Right now, folks. Thanks for coming on in. Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. You guys know the spot for these twice a week, ladies and gentlemen. Um, yeah, I would say that that things are getting really crazy with this particular segment of paper money collecting. I mean, it's always been a thing, and if I had to guess, probably 5 years ago, right at the onset of the pandemic, did fancy serial number collecting become a lot more progressive, popular. It's on social media. There's even a really awesome Facebook group dedicated to fancy serial number collecting, and I've noticed the growth in that particular group enhance by the week. They'll pick up an extra 10 new subscribers, 10 new people following that group, and it's like when we look at something that's beginning to make some sort of movement, okay, we always kind of want to scrutinize it. We want to take a closer look if there's any longevity, if this is just a hype thing, a one-time shot thing. And it's understandable, but I can tell you this right now. The steam has been rolling in this particular hobby for a really solid, if I had to guess, based off of what I've seen, I would say somewhere in that 24 to 36 month um, date range. It's not cyclical by any means. We're just experiencing rapid growth for something that is relatively new. And I think one of the big hot buttons with this, something that really makes this cook, is the fact that you could get all of these notes at the bank, right? I mean, you're playing with house money essentially. You go to the bank with $500, you withdraw $500 in $1 bills or $2 bills or whatever your fancy is. Get it fancy, and you simply go through all that money. I would say that if you're going to do it, you might as well video it and chronicle such a thing because social media is just so it's so instrumental in the growth of such trends. All right. And then what happens if you don't find anything? It's okay. You bring that money back to a bank and then you go back to the original bank. You always want to designate a bank that's your dump bank, and then go back to that bank, a day or two later and get $500 more. It's that simple. So it's a regenerating, refreshing kind of way of hunting for these. And all you have to do is find one note, and it pays off dividends. So in this video, we're going to take a look at about the last 12 hours, 12 hours ish, of market data. Oh, it's a little bit longer than that, probably 18 hours, because we have something here that ended at 2:30 in the afternoon yesterday. So yeah, 18 to 20 hours, somewhere around there, of market data, all coming from eBay. And you guys know what I'm going to say. You don't need to grade any of these notes. All right. And grading means that you're willing to cough up, 25, $30 a note to send these off to get someone's, grading professional opinion on it. And it may or may not enhance the value of the note. I would say there's probably that very small percentage of notes that I would certainly grade. Solids, eight in a row of a certain number. True ladders, ascending and descending. Oh, geez, what else? I'd probably say those are the two biggest ones. All right, maybe a true binary radar repeater will be another one. Those are quite rare. There's only two you could find in a 96 million run of a printed block of notes. So we're going to start things off here with actually a 4 count, 4 piece lot. Okay, we've seen this seller come up quite a fair number of times, and they have a feedback of 52, which means that they are quite new to this space. And this is use the ancient future as a model, all right, for a lot of folks who are getting into it for the first time. This individual, the seller, really didn't take a whole lot of time to build up their presence to where it is right now. And the ancient future has been doing really well in the secondary market. So we have a lot of four 2017A deuces here. Pretty cool serial number. They're all trinaries, but based off of the last three numbers, they step up. So you have 00888111. The next note would end in 222. The next note would be 333, and then the last note is 444. So that is quite cool. I'm sure that this person right here ended up buying a few straps in order to get these four notes where it's kind of pseudo consecutive in that way. But I noticed there's no 555, 666, so they probably stopped at a certain point. But really cool. I mean, the four notes to combine, I think this is a smart move here. Some will say, well, why didn't they sell it individually? Well, because of the way it steps up with those last three numbers, it should really be sold as a group. $109.39. Let's go ahead and dissect a little bit of the title here. Fancy serial number, trinary, binary. I don't know why you would put binary in there, but okay. Consecutive set, trinary, binary, consecutive repeater ladder. All right, so I guess you could say it's kind of a ladderish if you're taking the last three numbers into consideration here. It does not repeat, so I wouldn't put the word repeater unless you are just trying to leverage a keyword search for that. But there you go, almost $110, 34 bids. These are brand new crackling fresh notes right out of the BEP strap. Beautiful. I mean, this is the best way that you could sell these to maximum results. So we have that one there. 2017A. Wow, this is a what they call bookend, but they also added trinary. Very smart. This is an ace, a $1 bill. So and four of a kind. They even threw four of a kind in there. It probably didn't matter too much. But $12 was the pickup price for this one. I think it was a buy it now. $2.99 for shipping. I'll just let you guys know that some people charge for shipping, some don't. Some people add it in as part of the deal. Grade wise, we have a note here that is a little bit circulated, but there you go. Bookends where you have the same number or two numbers, and some people go as far as three numbers that all match up to the last three and first three of a serial number. All right, and as long as the two numbers in the middle match, then that's your bookends there. There you go. Yeah, a little bit of circulation wear, nice solid kind of like VF 25-ish type of grade level. $12 for that one. And next one that we have here is binary on this 2013 Ace, featuring twos and sevens. So we got 5 twos, 3 sevens, $12.99. Buy it now, pickup. Seller is in Hawaii. Very nice. So even the folks in Hawaii are getting in on the action. Again, a little bit of circulation wear, not the most crispiest, most perfect of notes, but that this is going to just the message that this is sending to everyone is that it doesn't matter the condition of the note. These will have a certain amount of value because people collect these fancies, in a few different ways. Maybe historically, historical context. Maybe twos and sevens have more meaning to that person, in their personal life. It could be numerology. Fanatics are into this. Pretty cool stuff. Here's another binary, but this time this is actually a flipper or a rotator. All right, so you could turn the note upside down and the nines will read like sixes as they were intended to, because they use the same font for the 6 and 9. They just flip them. So these are always popular, and we do have a binary here, so it's just zeros and nines, and they also did put flipper in there in the listing title for maximum keyword search ability. $62, very very strong sale. 27 bids, so a lot of people were interested in that one. Again, not a crispy fresh example, but not a horrible piece as well. I'd be happy to add something like this to my collection in this grade. I think anything lower than this, I'd probably move it because eye appeal wise, it doesn't suit me. But something like this is fine. All right, really strong sale there. All right, next one that we have here. This is a really well worn, same as the previous note. This actually has a little bit more going for it. It's a star note. All right, binary, zeros and nines, and it's also a flipper slash rotator as well. Star note, $15.55, 6 bids. This is where kind of the condition affected the value of this. Because when you have two notes that sold within like an hour of each other that are very similar, only this one's a star, why did this one sell for so much less? And I think it has everything to do with the eye appeal and condition of the note, which is still a thing. I can tell you that condition doesn't matter because it doesn't. This person transformed a $1 bill into 15 of its friends all in one shot. And I'd say that's still a good deal. The $62 sale that we just saw before it is a lot better. I would feel a lot better making that kind of money off of that note than I would say something like this. Knowing full well that one just sold within an hour or 2 hours ago for 4 times that. So, $20 bill. This one's actually cool. $60 was the sale price on this. It looks like 2017A. Yeah, you guys know why I like this one. And not only is it a trinary, but it's also kind of like a step up ladder type. So the three numbers in question are 3, 4, and 5. All right, but there's a couple of each number at the minimum. And they're ascending. So double 3, double 4, and 4 5s. 3, 4, 5. That's kind of like a play on the how these are grouped and sorted. Again, this is more kind of like an eye appeal visual effect to people that collect into these. This is a very attractive serial number, as opposed to one where it's like 4355 435. Where it's like all the numbers are kind of jumbled together. This one, is a trinary, but it also has that step up ladder flavor to it. So, and a $20 bill. It's a very high denom. I'm glad this one went for $60. That means that this person netted out probably $30 in profit. Which is really good. And that's something you always have to be aware of. Is the face value is what you own the note for. It's the cost of the note or the item. So even though we're playing with house money, you have to be aware that face value is the associated cost of selling these things. This is a crazy one here because I really don't consider 5 digits to be low serial number, but there are people that are pushing this. And would to relatively medium kind of results. $20 bill, $34.99. Again, not a whole lot of money to be made here. I think pure profit or net profit is around $8 on this one. But it is a star note. You can see it's 45333. Again, I'm more of a fan of 4 leading zeros and a 4-digit serial as being kind of like the top end of what I consider a low serial number to be. All right, so but they did add in the correct keyword search stuff: star, low serial number, fancy serial number, all in one line. So that's important. We have ourselves a super radar and kind of a bargain here on this one. So it ended up selling for $38, and that's with 17 bids. Super radars are 2 bookend of the same number, and then you have 6 in a row, or 6 of a kind, 6 in a row, whatever, of another number right in the middle, and that's your super radar. This time on a 2006 Ace Really attractive serial number. Overall, I would say this note is like around a fine 12. No frills. I would imagine if this was like a much higher graded note that this would have sold for more. We'd probably be looking at like a $60, $70 note in VF. And then much higher than that. These things could push $100 really easily, especially a nice crispy uncirculated example. I tend to go for $100 to $150. All right, if you guys aren't aware, I do have a few of these in my collection, and I own them in 66 grades, and paid nearly $200 for them. So they're one of the top echelon of fancies to look out for out there. Next one that we have here is another radar. This time we have they put trinary, but there is a terminology for this that was coined by Sam from Kingdom Currencies. He's one of the biggest sellers of fancy serial numbers and birthday notes on eBay. They call this a true trinary. Okay, like true binary are the zeros and ones. True trinary are zeros, ones, and twos. And not only that, to make matters even more cooler on this one, is it's a relatively recent date, 2012, the year 2012. And kind of a way you could say it's a birthday note. Some would, probably read this one as December 20th, 2012. It's not quite correct, but these things are being pitched and promoted on eBay as, like a birthday note. But there's just a lot to love here. $17.50 with 6 bits is what the sell price on this is. There you go. Again, another fine 12, fine 15 note right there. Not the most beautiful, but it is, I would say, problem free. All right, so pretty good sale there. This time around, we have 6 in a row eights on this 2013 Ace. $15.50 was the sale price, 5 bids. There you go. So this one here has a set of eights, 6 of them, as a matter of fact, right in the middle, and then 2 other numbers on the bookends. And they don't match. You have a 3 and a 6. If it was 3 and 3, super radar, as you guys know. Let's see, grade wise, this one, again, another fine 12, fine 15. Excuse me. Type note. Not too shabby. $15.50. Let's see the next one. These are all from Ronald, by the way. Here's one that's not from Ronald. We did see a few bargain sales in here. That could have done a lot better. Here's a binary, zeros and threes. So 3 zeros, 5 threes, $10. All right. Fancy serial number. They did put binary in there. 2013. Pretty raggedy note. It's got a really deep, dark teller stamp right on that top margin there. Which is kind of a buzzkill for a note that is already in this condition. All right. And again, that's the big reason why it only commanded $10. I believe that's a buy it now too, because there's no bidding involved. It's just a straight up deal. All right, so could have squeezed a little bit more money. Now this is another buy it now listing here on this 2017 Ace, $49, which is quite nice. On this one, that just has the number 82 bottled, in between a bunch of zeros in there. Pretty nice. Again, this is more of the. There's a few ways that this is read. Could be a millions notes, even though the 82 is a few places over. It could also be birthday significance. Someone born in 1982 can also appeal to something like this. And condition-wise, this is a lot better than the previous 3 notes. This is a prototypical VF25 type note. So that is more of a collectible grade than anything else. And, the notes that end in 4 zeros and 4 nines are a lot more tougher to find out there in circulation. And that's a big reason why that, some of them can command a little bit of a deeper market. A really nice one here. I mean, 6 in a row 4s. This one, $10.50, 11 bids. I've seen these notes hit 30, 40, $50 before, And again, it really comes down to grade and the actual number. Fours are one of the least desirable single digits. But would you toss this back? Probably not. I would send this off to eBay and just grab my 10 or 15 bucks out of it. If it looked like this, I think this is the right call here on this. This probably would have had a much deeper meaning to someone else, or maybe someone really loves to win at liar's poker. This would be a great note for that as well. All right. The low serial number, 6022 on this 2013 Ace $5 bill, one bid. At its lowest, that's what you could command right here. Nothing too crazy. He put trinary, which is fine. Spelt dollar wrong. Um, Fancy serial number. Don't know why you would put auctions. That does it at 480 unless this was like a internal code for inventory. But it's missing low serial number, which is a very important keyword type in. So make sure you're adding that in there. That's important. No, that one was a bargain. Another one here, another bargain, I believe, $6. Fancy serial number, binary. They did get binary in there. Fours and fives, $1 bill, a collector note. All right, that's fine. This one sold at 7:25 this morning. Way too early to end any sort of collectibles auction on, whether it's this, coins, sports cards, comic books, other memorabilia. I would say at the soonest, make sure you're ending your listings at around 10 a.m. All right, because stuff like this will happen. $6 sale it's a giveaway. Now something a little bit weird on this. It looks like a piece of tape, but I think that's on the plastic holder it's in. If this was the case and you're reusing kind of like a beat up currency sleeve, I'd probably take the note out of the sleeve and take a real photo of it. So that way this doesn't, give your prospective buyers any sort of kind of like question marks as to what that could be. But overall, a pretty decent note. Again, it's in that VF 25-30 range. Looks to have pretty good paper quality as well. Let's see. We have a true binary star on a $5 bill. This was actually really cool. 2013 Fiverr, $42.50. Four bids this time around on this one. And yeah, not the prettiest looking note. This is in that low end VF20 Fine 15 arena. Really cool serial number though. I mean, this is an incredibly equitable, very liquid type of fancy in today's market. Zeros and ones till the end of time are going to be kind of like the strongest performing fancies. Similar to Cuds in the error coin world about how well they sell. True binaries are one of the top echelon, most sought after fancies in today's market. So, and we also have this 2017 binary, which again, it's very attractive on this $1 bill. See, this is more like it. This is kind of like the prototypical sale price for this type of fancy, around that $20 range, $20.50, 10 bid strong. New seller alert, say Coco Cuco 8635 was the grandmaster seller of this note. Very attractive. I mean, good pictures. You don't need to really go too far above and beyond here. VF 2025 note by condition. And yeah, very, very attractive serial number, great sales price. We had a buy it now pop on a 7 of a kind ones with a single six right in there. $100. Buy it now. 7 of a kind. They put the serial number in there, Gem Unk, which means that it is a Gem Unk, right out of a BEP pack. And good looking note. Again, this is what we're playing for here, ladies and gentlemen. And these are stacked to the gills out there in circulation today. And with the new 2021 series of notes that was released earlier this year, This is a real possibility to find more of these. Okay, we're not stuck on having to search your old 2017 notes. This is a great find. All right, so we also have this one here, zeros and four binaries. They put repeater. It's not a repeater. It's not even a four-digit repeater. Crisp and circulated deuce, $29.88 from Ronald here. 20 bids, very strong note, pretty nice serial number as well. They said crisp and circulated, but it looks like it's got a little bit of fold wear on there, a little wrinkling. Last couple notes here, ladies and gents. We have another 7 of a kind on this ace. A little bit older note, 1981, but that doesn't mean anything. You could find the same serial number on just about any series of note, and it would sell for similarly what this one went for, which is $52.11. 20 bids on this one, and again, another pleasing note with a few little kind of like, I don't know, surface stains on there. Not really sure what that is. But overall, pleasing note here and a really nice sale price. Couple of the top end notes here for the last 12 hours. We have a super repeater. So two numbers repeated over 4 times. 14, 14, 14, 14. All right. $103.50, 29 bids. Great serial number here. Again, another hot, very desirable fancy. When you do come across these, make sure you pull them out of your change. Don't spend them because you're trading in a dollar bill, or you're trading in $100 bill back to that $1 bill if you do. It's not a hard up scenario here. It's not that hard. Just go ahead and sell it, and a few days later, cash in pretty big. And note again, very nice. I'd say VF35 note on that one. Great looking piece. And the last one is going to be a $20 bill star. Non-colorized, older, 1999 20. 0034 times 2. Star. Pretty cool. Very strong sale. $105.05. 20 bids on this one. And first glance at a note, I still love these non-colorized black and whites. I call these noir notes. Because for the most part, they're all black and white except for the serial numbers and then the anti-counterfeiting 20 symbol there on the bottom right corner. And a green seal as well. But yeah, a really delectable note right there. I love these older noir notes with fancies on them. They're just really pretty. So $105 for that note. It is a 20, so it did exceedingly well in spite of the high denomination on there. All right, so that's going to go ahead and do it for this early week edition, I guess is what you call it, fancy serial number report. Some pretty big numbers, guys. Again, this is all from like the last 18 hours. And the frequency of new additions to eBay is growing by the day. I will tell you this because I'm searching for a few birthday notes for like family members and other things like that. There seems to be a lull in birthday notes, and I think we need more of it, but more so of the traditional Western world orientation, where you have the 2 digits for the month, digits for the date, and then 4 digits for the year. Those are going to be hot and desirable. How do I know? Because I just spent $30 on the birthday note for my daughter. All right, so the market's there. Schlubs like me are buying them, and so are a bunch of other people that see the true value in these. I see this as a highly sustainable thing that's going to go on for years to come, because not only is there a mixture of commonality with some of these fancies, but there's a good fair amount of rarities too with those solids, those what else? Ladders and various other things. The true binaries are absolutely amazing right now. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. If you're looking to take a break from coins and doing all that madness hunting right there, you're going to find that hunting through currency, everybody's favorite toilet paper, is going to provide you that kind of like same dopamine hit that coins used to. So if you're hitting kind of like rock bottom right now in coins, because of the educational aspect, and there's too much to know about errors and varieties. Paper money is real easy. All right, just find anything with an interesting serial number. And then the top tier fancies, easy to get some information on that. There's a lot of resources online and on YouTube that describe and talk about that. So it's a lot of fun. All right. And going into the holidays, I'm going to be doing more videos of currency hunting in the hopes of finding some of these with you guys today. I found quite a few this year in 2023, a lot of repeaters. Found a number of binaries that are absolutely awesome. Great looking notes. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about in this one. I'm your host Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you guys again. We do have a Whatnot auction stream tonight. Come join if you'd like. Hope to see you guys there. And if not, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Happy hunting, folks.